Welcome to another edition of Bible Time. This will be another on-the-road text message, a little shorter message. But we're going through the book of Ezra together, and today we come to chapters 5 and 6. And you might remember we left off yesterday, the people of the land discouraging the people from continuing building the temple. And in fact, after 6 years of building, they shut everything down, and in fact, they shut it down for 10 years. But then chapter 5 starts off with two prophets showing up, Haggai and Zechariah. And they stir the people up to get back to work to rebuild the temple. And it says in verse 5 that the eyes of their God was on them. And see, that's the thing we need to remember. When we keep our commitments to the Lord and do what He says to do, then His eye is on us, and we honor Him, He honors us. And that's an important principle that we see being played out here with them. And they are questioned again about what they're doing, and they again restate their commitment that they're building a house for the Lord their God, and they're doing it under the direction of Cyrus the king. And so another inquiry is sent, this time to King Darius, and he searches the records, and they find out that indeed Cyrus did approve this rebuilding of the temple. And in fact, that not only do they get the approval to continue, but they get financing for it from the king himself. And so the Lord is really honoring them, and they are building the temple, and Haggai and Zechariah are there encouraging them, and they finish it in just 4 more years. 4 years and they're done, and then they celebrate the Passover. And a couple of times, verse 16, verse 22, there in chapter 6, it talks about the great joy that they had and the joy that the Lord gave them. As they finish the temple, they're worshiping the Lord, they're honoring Him, and they observe the Passover, remembering His deliverance out of Egypt, and the Lord is blessing them, and they're rejoicing them. And it says that in verse 22 that they had received permission from the king of Assyria. They couldn't be opposed by the king of Assyria, which the king of Assyria isn't anybody that's in the picture right now. That's just kind of the picture of the ultimate oppressor that God had helped them overcome in rebuilding their temple. And again, this is an important reminder for you and me, especially right now, that God rules over pagan rulers. God uses pagan rulers like Cyrus to accomplish His will, and in this case, Darius, for the final okay and even the financing to finish the temple. So as you think about the election coming up next week, and you think about what could happen, what might happen, we need to remember that our Lord reigns, and He's able to even use pagan rulers to accomplish His purpose for the good of His people. So take hope in all of that, and be encouraged that the Lord, if we honor Him, He will honor us. And we'll see you tomorrow for more Bible Time.